50 goals in Olympics. Can this be a reality for India? India, despite a population of over 130 million, comes back empty handed from most Olympic outings. Why does this huge population produce so few medalists? This is probably the most frequently asked question. Much is said about the better performing countries, how those countries were able to exploit certain advantages, and how India either lacks these advantages or fails to capitalize on them. Questions are also raised on lack of talent. However, one needs to remember that Indian sportspersons are no slouches. They have excelled in many fields. Indian cricket is constantly among the top. The field of hockey team of India is still among the world's finest. The country has performed the best in a number of events at the Commonwealth Games, where 50 plus former British colonies compete. India has produced best sprinters, swimmers, golfers, and archers. Is it, is it justified to label Indian sportspersons as underperformers then? So, realize the problems. Why is India's Olympic tally so low? There are many factors that play behind the lack of Olympic medals. The most common, perhaps, is that sports is not a priority in India. Be it parents, employable youth, or the government, unless this mindset against sports changes, emulating China's Olympic success will be a far cry. Sports, as well as sportspersons in China, works on a different plane altogether. The results are ubiquitous. It has brought them glory and excellence. The same ethos and dedication is required in India to break the vicious cycles of low performance. India's GDP per capita, though rising, lies in the bottom quartiles of all countries. So, purchasing powers of the majority is low, while sports training equipment and coaches are expensive. Poor infrastructures and governance impacts everything from public health to education to opportunities for advancement. That's the reasons why all the rich industrialized nations of the G8 perform well in the Olympics. They have all class infrastructures and every other technique of talent magnetism to attract, train, and utilize winning talent. India may have an enormous population, but its effectively participating population is nearly negligible. Among the many factors that exclude a large populations of potential participants are poverty, poor health, physical isolation, poor outreach, poor transportations to and from the athletic centers in the big cities, or often simply lack of awareness that opportunities and facilities exist. Estrangements of certain Indian communities may also play a role, as the idea of competing for national prestige just does not appeal to them. The government and sports authority conveniently shrug off infrastructural inadequacy and blame dearth of talent for poor show in world competition, particularly Olympics. There is a significant correlation between Olympic medals and nations run by strong central governments. Strong dispensations are interested in fostering national prestige. China, Cuba, and North Korea are among the leading examples. In 2008, China bagged the highest number of gold medals, outshining even the US. Earlier, the Soviet Union invested heavily in funding and fostering competitive athletics. The Indian government at this point does not appear keen to foster sporting talents in the same way. India is perhaps too decentralized for a China style campaign to galvanize national athletic talent. India income and governance play a role, but these alone can't explain India's underperformance. Ethiopia, a developing African country, one third of India's population has managed to do quite well at the Olympics. Despite the odds, India may similarly focus on select Olympic events. It can excel in India's participation in Olympics dates back to 1900 in the exalted victory of Norman Pritchard. The athlete won 2 silver medals in Paris for 200-meter dash and 200-meter hurdles. It took well over a century for another Olympic glory to land India's way when Rajyavardhan Singh Rathore bagged silver in double trap shooting in 2004, followed by Abhinav Bindra's stunning goal in 10-meter air rifle event in 2008. For individuals who have excelled in wrestling, boxing, weightlifting, tennis, badminton, javelin throw in other world championships, the achievable Olympic medals, if any, has been the bronze. Only Sushil Kumar in wrestling and PV Sindhu in badminton could secure the silver ones. The flying Sikh Milkha Singh and Pali Express PT Usha famously missed Olympic medal. Deepa Karmakar was sensational in 2016 Rio Olympic, becoming only the 5th artistic gymnast in the world to perform the Prodonova vault, yet fell short of a medal. This time in the javelin throw, Neeraj Kumar won the gold. That's an excellent, and many are able to get the medals. So next one, the 400 meter wonder Hima Das, who won 6 goals in World Championship 2018, is down with the injuries even before exploring Olympics. All these athletes proves there is no dearth of individual talent in the country, but a killer approach to produce mass medalists is starkly missing. Any initiative taken in this direction soon gets lost in a wave of systematic corruption. The biggest casualty has been Indian hockey. The Olympic supremacy that began with Dhyan Chand's hat-trick in 1928 Amsterdam and got 6 goals in a row ended with the 8 goal in 1980. Even the bronze has been elusive since. Given the abundance of talent, winning 50 gold medals in Olympic is very much achievable for India. What's needed is creations of separate task forces of proven integrity on a pan-India level for immediate executions of work in identified areas. Screening or tapping potential talent in different sports on a regular basis, plugging organizational loopholes in transport, training and dietary facilities, immediate eliminations of structural impediments and documentary hurdles, and targeted focus on every sportsperson and every competition. India does have a screening and coaching process at state and national level, but poor infrastructures, corruption, poverty, restrictions of girls, different priorities of the middle and the upper class, and overpopularity of cricket make Olympics a lost cause. So, talents abound in a poor backward countryside. Mary Kom, a 5-time amateur world boxing champion, was born to poor farm laborers in Manipur village. Champion archer and former world number 1 Deepika Kumari practiced archery using homemade bamboo bows and arrows and reached precision by aiming stones at mangoes in trees. Awareness programs and holiday sports camps in rural area will definitely draw more talents. The government should offer various privileges to students showing promise in sports. Physical education should be made compulsory at the primary level and be the first talent screening platform. So if we do all these, then we don't have to stay or be restricted only the 7 medals or 8 medals, okay, or 10 medals. We may win a lot of medals. Therefore, said suggestions should be implemented as a primary step. Gradually, the same can be extended into an advanced level by expanding sporting schools under Sports Authority of India to cover rural and remote areas. It is essential to bring about transparency in the selections of participants, and their training should be at an international level of excellence. Also, a generous proportion of the budget should be allocated for developing the sports infrastructure.